Hello, welcome to the Real and Raw
with Tasha.
and Angela.
And today we're so excited to be back for another episode. Yay!
Yes, our
So,
third episode.
yes, so we're so excited. We were so excited last week. We recorded two episodes for you guys, but then we decided that we're going to just stick to the one episode a week. Mondays at 9 p.m. We will be releasing a new episode for you guys. And we're excited about it. We're excited about the
Yeah.
feedback where we got so much feedback. I got so many people inboxing me and letting me know their personal stories. And I feel so honored, but at the same time, I'm like, who would have known? And this is why we decided to do this podcast, is to let people know it's okay to go through things. Like, I would have never known these people were going through these things if they didn't inbox me and tell me. And it's so important for us to feel safe and feel like we can have conversations with our girlfriends and not feel judged or,
Yes,
you know,
just feel comfortable.
yeah. And it's even better to be able to relate to that person. Like, I had someone reach out to me today and actually told me, like their story, and it's very similar to mine. And it's like at the end of the day, the end result was we just want to be happy. That's it. Like, we just want to be happy. So we appreciate you guys for reaching out and giving us your feedback. One of the guests one of our friends in our head that commented on our first episode, I wanted to give her a shout out today. It was Megan. So thank you, Megan, for commenting,
Yes,
being vulnerable with us, and just, like giving us a heart to heart and letting us know how you feel about the first episode. She was so excited about the first episode. She felt like she could relate. For you guys that don't remember, the first episode was in regards to relationships and, how soon it is to date and all of this, and how soon should you introduce your children to your new partner. And Megan said that, she was just recently divorced, but, she dated somebody else that she's so in love with now. They're so cute all over social media. But, when she first started dating him, she was very cautious as to how soon she would introduce him to her children because, it was a very sensitive topic for her, being able to go through a divorce. And so she definitely did not take that lightly, and it took time for her to feel comfortable. And of course, that's exactly what we were saying. Me and Angela was saying,
yes,
our kids. I mean, it's not, when we come to thinking about introducing our partner to our family, the first thing that comes in our mind is our children. My sisters and brothers and, aunts and uncles, like they're not really that big of a deal. But our children, really, we really value our children,
yes,
to protect them because it affects them. So thank you, Megan. We
yes.
appreciate
Thank you.
you. We hope you continue to listen, and maybe one day, if you want to be our co-host and you can be on our show and just, let us know like how you got through. That would be awesome.
Yes.
So thank you.
So today we have a very interesting topic. It's very interesting and very, what's the word? We're gonna get tonight a little freaky, kind of, sort of. No, but our topic is about sex.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't hear
There's
you.
a
For the people in the back, say that a little louder.
today's topic is about sex.
Yes. So you've wondered why we come up with a topic about sex, right? We come up
God.
with a topic. It's very uncomfortable, right? Like, you know,
Yes, I'm already blushing.
we all do it. We all do it. We all, like, I
Right?
have four children, so
I
y'all
got
know.
three kids,
Yeah,
so
so y'all
we
know
get
I'm doing
down,
it,
right?
but I'm not doing it now. But I think that it's a very uncomfortable topic, but I think it's definitely a topic that's not discussed enough. So, Angela and I was trying to figure out a topic that we can discuss today. And I believe that all of us could relate to sex. So, we're
Yeah.
always trying to find a topic that we can relate to with you guys, as well as go over the positives and maybe some of the negatives and kind of get your
Yeah.
feedback on what you think.
And share some, maybe share some of our experiences, maybe.
Say
I
what
don't know.
bedroom stays in the bedroom. But no, this is the real and raw. So, you know,
Unfiltered and everything, right? Whatever.
yes,
I mean,
unfiltered,
hey.
unfiltered.
Okay.
I apologize in advance.
Me too.
Oh God, I'm nervous. So Angela has some questions that she's going
Yes,
to
I have
ask,
some interesting questions.
and we're both going to answer them honestly.
Yes.
And and you guys can answer them too. Again, you could comment under the podcast. You could send us a voice message. You can comment on Instagram. Our Instagram is the Real and Raw Podcast.
Okay.
You can also comment under our Facebook group. I believe it's the Real and Raw as
Doing raw.
well. So we're all for your comments and your feedback, whether good or bad. We don't have to
Yes.
agree, but the conversation starter is definitely important, so we look forward to it. I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. First question. How long should you wait to have sex after you meet someone?
You want to go first?
No, you go first. Ask
Oh
you.
gosh. All right, so I have to go off of my experience. Apologize in
Yes.
advance. So I have to go off of my experience. I think that for mm, my husband, we're separated, so but it's the truth. So I feel like that's my example, right? Um, uh, I will say, like, we dated a little bit before we did the do. Um, but we did the do really quickly. I think we started talking maybe December, and then like 2 weeks later we did,
Right.
and then we didn't stop, and then we had kids. So I mean, so I don't know if I would put a timeline to it. If I had to tell my daughter, because we got to do it that way, right? Because some of our viewers are younger than me. So I feel like I'm a mommy, I got to be a mommy figure to you too, um, which isn't a bad thing. Um, I always say do what you feel is right, but always use protection.
Yes.
Only you know, only you know when it's right. And
Right.
I think that it's important that we um, honor our bodies and realize that whoever we're allowing to uh, put themselves inside of us, like I believe their spirit is like going in you as well. Like their
Yeah.
their energy is going on you, right? Some people don't believe that. I do believe that. I think that know your
I don't know. The
know that
spirit
you're
goes
under
inside you.
know
I
what
mean, I know other things that go inside you, but not I don't know if the spirit.
maybe not, like like and I want to pull it up. I can't pull it up right now, but I feel
Is
like,
this something you read somewhere where it says,
yeah, like, and maybe some of the viewers could agree, but they say that like the person's energy, the person's like, whatever goes inside you. That's why they tell you to be cautious of who you're like giving your body to, because your body's a temple, and sometimes
right?
those people could be like put themselves onto you. Like, it's crazy. I have to pull it up. I'm sorry, I don't have
Yeah.
it.
Yes. You need
But
to
that's me
definitely
getting
pass that
too deep,
on.
because I don't think all of you guys are that deep. But I definitely think you have to feel. Me personally, I feel like you have to know when it's right, and I can't say that
Yes.
when it was right when I did it with my kid's father. So and that's
I
me being
personally
real.
think there's not really a time. It depends on the person. It depends how you feel about the person. It depends how you connect. with that person,
I was
you
drunk.
know? Oh God. Yeah, we're gonna blame it on the alcohol. No, girl.
But no, seriously, I mean, it really loosened me up. I really felt comfortable. We had went on a few dates, and he was really like a gentleman. He was
That's what I'm
very
saying. If you feel
respectful.
comfortable with that person and you feel like your vibe is like matching, I feel like okay, if you're gonna do it, do it.
I
So
think
I
like
really
more
don't
than
think
that
there's a
too.
time.
I think it's a little more than that because your vibe could be matching, and he could have a girlfriend. Like I need to know that.
Why is he out on a date with you
I have
in
to.
the first place if he
I
got a
need to know
girlfriend?
that he's all in, right? I don't even think I would know that. I don't think you would know that if
You
the person's
you
all
wouldn't know that.
in. I would hope. I
As
would
for
hope.
me, I don't just go on a first date and that's it. No. It takes time for me. I want to get to know you. I'm not just going to give up my goodies just like that and oh, maybe the next day he will just, either call me or not call me.
Yeah.
So I feel like I kind of wait, I wait some time and I just make sure that we're vibing, like we have this connection where okay, he might get a pass and he might, but I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just, I guess it all depends. You really don't have, I think
It
you
has to
don't,
feel right.
there's a time really.
I think it has to feel right. I don't want to put a time
Yeah.
stamp on, just
Yeah.
like I wouldn't put a time stamp on when you love somebody because I think that, it really depends on, like you said, the vibe, the connection with the person. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, no
There's
matter.
no time to fall in love. I mean, trust me, it has happened to me. Like, I had met someone and then I guess we were just, the connection was there and, I fell in love.
Yeah,
So it's really not, there's not really a time
yeah.
for all these things to happen. So, okay.
That was good. I wonder what our audience is gonna say to that.
I know.
Oh, goodness. We're not experts,
Okay.
guys. We're just giving you
No, we're not.
our experiences. Um, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't say
Okay,
nothing else from that.
My next question, it might be a little, little awkward,
Okay.
but here it goes. Does size matter?
Say that again.
Does size matter?
What size? Be more specific.
Really, Tosh?
You mean his height?
No. We
Oh,
talking about sex here now. We're not talking about nothing else. Come on now. Our topic is sex. Sex. So does size matter? We talking
the,
about,
the
the
size
man's,
matter, honey. The size matter.
you're saying it matters or you're
So
just repeating the
I'm just
question?
repeating your question.
Okay.
I've been married for some time. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. No, but to answer your question, does size matter? I do not believe size matters.
Why is that?
Um, so we're getting raw, and
Yes.
although I've been married, my husband wasn't my only partner, so I do want to, because I wasn't married my whole entire life. So I do want to like I have to put that out there. This is being recorded. Like I gotta like be specific, okay? But
Don't mention names. Don't
I'm
mention.
not. I'm not.
Just answer the question.
I
Does
don't.
size matter to
I don't
you?
believe size matters. I've had big, like big, where I felt like that person was in my stomach. Okay. And I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know that was possible. Like, I didn't know that was possible. I thought there was like an entry and an exit. I didn't know you can arrive in my stomach. Like,
Oh my
so,
God.
in that situation, the sex was still good. The sex was still decent. It wasn't
Right.
like, oh my goodness, this is bad. It was enjoyable. I've also had like not so big, not small, but not so big. She's smiling. Like the average size, right? Not like oversized, but the average size. And it was really good too. Um,
I feel like it doesn't, the size doesn't matter. As
yeah,
long as you know how to move and work with it, I think, you'll be good. And then if you add other things to it, then
yes,
sex will
foreplay,
be great.
foreplay, guys. Like,
Yes.
do you like
Yes.
foreplay? Like,
It's, yeah.
I feel like the size is like the season finale, and the foreplay is like the what is it?
Yes.
Yeah, like you don't rush into that. You take your time into that because then once you get there, it's like, oh, okay,
I mean, I feel like the men who, might be small or not even small, but like, not
average,
so big.
average.
Yeah. Yeah. If they have other good stuff that they do, like, okay, since we're, raw here, over here, and, real, if they know how to give like head, for example, or, just other stuff that would, what is it, make up for their size.
Like you said, like it's all about how you move your body, right?
Yes,
Like it's
cause
not just
I yeah, cause there's some guys who are big, whatever, and they just go in, da da
wow.
da, pump. Yeah, like it's just,
There's no rhythm to it. There's no.
yes, there's nothing more to it. Obviously, it feels good because it's big, whatever, but they don't really do nothing else to it. I feel like the guys that are average, they do a little bit more. Like they go more out their way to please you.
I don't know. I don't know. I think. I mean, I guess I don't know because I don't have that many partners. Like, I guess because there's some guys out there might beg to differ. They might be like, look, I'm big,
Mm,
but I also know how to wind my hips. I also know, so I think from our experience, I guess maybe you can say that, right? Like,
no, because what do you? I don't know. It's just
oh, okay. No, I just don't want to like make it like, oh, all the big guys don't know what they're doing because I'm sure there's some big
no,
guys.
that's not true. No,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just
sure
saying.
there's some guys out there that know what they're doing.
I don't know. Unfortunately,
I
I
don't want
didn't
to be
have that
I want to
many
be
experience.
sexist.
I don't have that. I don't. What's the thing? I don't really be out there. That is why.
We can only speak
You
on
know.
our experience.
Yes, but as what I experienced, I feel like the guys that I had that were average did more
Yeah,
than a guy that was big.
yeah. Why do you think that? Do you think that they are trying to prove themselves? What do you?
No, obviously they had to like, I feel like, okay, they probably knew that they weren't as big, so obviously, like I mentioned before, they had to make it up. I'm just saying they had to make it up for the inches that were missing. No, let me stop.
You think they know that the inches are missing?
No, girl.
I'm just saying. I'm like, I'm
I never told nobody like, yo, you small,
yeah,
like, or you average.
no,
No,
no.
wait, I'm lying.
Just like a guy won't tell you that your
No,
vagina hole is too big. You know that's a thing? Do you know that?
I did not know that.
That's a thing. Like guys like girls that are tight.
Oh, I did know that.
Yeah.
The way you said
So
it was like the whole big what? No,
yeah,
of course. A guy likes, for
you're
it to be
tight.
tight, for them to fill the walls, obviously.
But the guy
What the
would never
hell?
tell you that you weren't tight enough.
Yeah, they won't tell you right there and then, but I bet you if you get mad, just like us females, like, oh yeah, you think we're small.
I won't say
But we just say, I mean, we just say that. Well,
I would never say
if we're mad at someone, some females do say that.
that.
So
You.
yeah, put me in the spot. What?
But no, I get what
I
you're
do not just say that, okay?
saying. I'm not liable for what I say when I'm mad. That's Angela. I'm not liable for what I say when I'm mad. But no,
That was before. I know now I try to control myself and think before I speak.
and I think that's
So
what it is. I think it's about a learning lesson. I feel like with sex, I think that when we were younger, we didn't really know how to communicate with our partner and say, hey, listen, it's not just pounding. I don't need you to pound. I need you to do a little bit more than that, right?
It's just
Or,
like, yeah, it's just like a lot of females. We be sometimes faking. Like we be faking. Oh, that should be another question. Why ain't even come up with that question?
oh
Like,
Lord,
let's be real. Sometimes we fake it. Like
what part
sometimes
do we fake?
I don't know. You tell me. You tell me, because we had these
Never. I
conversations.
have never.
We had these conversations.
I have never. Okay. She's trying to put me on the spot, y'all. She's trying to put me on the spot. Uh, all right. So, like, all right. So, in my situation, being married, you're busy, right? Like, there's times, I have 4 children. There's times that, you're tired, you just worked all day, and you're like, okay, fine, let's just get this over with, right? So, I did master, um, like, when you're married for 13 years, you kind of know like what your partner wants. So I was able to master, um, like how to end it, right? So like we're in the middle of the do and Lord,
Okay.
we're in the middle of the do and like if I have to go cook dinner or something, like I know there was one saying, oh, that he liked. God, Lord, I'm sorry. This is there was one saying that he liked, and I'll be like, right there, like stay right there, right? Because you know, again, we're talking about like moving, and when you're moving and you're, grinding or whatever, like trying to find the person's spot. So then, as soon as he found it, I'm like, oh, right there, like keep it right there, and that turns him on even more, and then we'll be finished, and I'll be like, oh yes, thank God, okay, I can go make dinner now and help the kids with their homework and run baths and, get back to normal
Oh my
life.
goodness.
But, it's like I think when you're dating, it's more spontaneous, it's more fun. You're willing to, you know, have sex all day. But like once you're like living together, you have bills to pay, you have to go to work, you have opposite schedules, all of that stuff. It's like you get it when you can. And so there are times that I did certain things to speed up the process, y'all. Don't write any bad comments about me, okay? Because I'm just being real, okay? It doesn't mean that it wasn't good. I mean, it was great. It was just, I had to speed it up a little bit. Okay, next question. Next question. Next question.
Okay. Do you
Did
think
you
good
answer that
sex?
question?
What?
Did you answer that question?
If I faked it, yes. I
Oh,
have faked it sometimes.
so let's talk about you. Go ahead, darling.
I mean, I have faked it sometimes because I don't want to hurt the person that I was with doing it. I was in a relationship with this guy, so obviously, I used to do it because I mean, come on now, a man, if you're just like laying there and he's like, pounding you or stroking you, like, I mean, I didn't feel anything, but obviously I wasn't gonna, you know, make it obvious. So I did extra. Yeah.
Oh God. Do you think that the guy
I just felt bad for him. So I was like, you know what? Let me just,
Do
you
you think
know,
the
do
guys know when you're faking it to when you're being real?
no. If you're a good one, no. If you know, I don't think they know. I
um,
don't think they know.
I'm not a good hider. Like if I'm not in it, it's very noticeable that I'm not in it because I'm not as wet.
So
Like
that's what I'm saying. It depends.
there's certain things
Okay.
that like my even if I wanted to mentally like or vocally fake it and moan or be louder or whatever, like truly my body tells on myself. Like my body tells on myself, right? Because certain spots that would trigger like a like, oh, that feels good. Like it won't trigger. Like I'll be dry. It will be more painful because I'm not like into it. I'm not wet. I'm not like ready, you know? So it's hard for me to fake it without, you know, the person knowing. My
Well,
body tells on itself.
when I faked it, I used to like kind of help him and kind of like either move around or tell him no this way or do it, show faster, whatever the case may be.
Mm.
I used to help him a little. So that,
But
yeah.
don't you think that? But don't you think, like in our 30s at this point, don't you think that that's only the right thing to do? Like I feel like when I was younger and I was having,
Like do
like,
what?
I was so embarrassed to tell my partner that I it didn't feel good. Like I was just like at the end, like he would get something out of it and I wouldn't get anything out of it, and I was
You
okay.
know what?
But now that I'm
Talking about
older,
that,
I'm like,
now
no,
that
like I
yeah,
deserve this time too.
now that I'm actually no, now that I'm in my when I turned in my 30s, I feel like now I was more, if you ain't please me, like it was one guy that I had to tell him.
Yeah,
I felt bad telling him afterwards because then he felt like he was my partner at that time.
yeah,
So one time I was like, we need to work on this because it wasn't good. Like it
yeah.
wasn't, but obviously I was still in a relationship with this guy because it was more than sex.
More
It
than
was,
sex, absolutely.
yes, I loved him. And
But I
so
think
I
that,
was willing to like, willing to like work things out. It's okay. You don't know what you're doing or you need a little help. Okay, we could practice. We could, we'll get it.
yeah,
So, but I felt like I told him and then just kind of like put him down
yeah,
as a man.
yeah.
Like it
I
brought
think
him,
it's
he got so upset. He was like, you know what? Go find you another one then. So that made me feel so bad.
well, see, that's because that person wasn't mature enough to kind of like sit in his own, right? I feel like
Right.
if you know, at this age, because we're in our 30s now, we're older, like we're starting to know what we want. I feel like we should be able to effectively communicate and be like, look, like
Right.
let's try a different position because this one ain't it, you know, or like maybe we should stop because this isn't, you know, I'm not getting anything. Like I said, when I was younger, I used to be like oh, it's okay. I used to get off or just be happy and content with the fact that my partner was content, right? And I think that hold on, I think
I
that
think that's very important to like, when it comes to like sex, it's important for you to please each other, not
yeah,
just one person.
yeah,
Like you need to please both of you. Like,
yeah.
okay, well, if he came and she didn't come, okay, let me make sure as a man, let me make sure that I please her and for her to have, you know, for her to like come and then we both came out,
I
we
mean,
both
no,
would
like
come.
absolutely, I do think that, but for me, I just was like, I didn't know how to please myself, right? Like when you're younger and you
Right.
first start having sex, you don't. There's no way to know like what you're supposed to feel, what you're supposed to like. You don't know that unless you're like sexually active and you're like, oh, that feels good, you know. But if you don't know, like when I was younger, and this is me being so candid and open, like when I was younger, I didn't know um what it felt like to have an orgasm. Do you know not a lot of women have orgasms? Like if you research the
No.
percentage in you know, women that have orgasms, a lot of women do not. So
No.
it's not a it's and that's why I feel like this topic is so important for like today for us to talk about because not a lot of women know how to be satisfied. Um, you know, and a lot of times they think that, oh, okay, we had sex, you know, it felt good for a time being. My partner came, so that's what sex is, but that's not, you know. And I think for me, like I said, like I didn't start learning more about my body until I got older, you know. I didn't know when I was younger. Like, how do you know? And I think that's a big question. Like, how do you know what sex is supposed to be like, right? Like, how do
Right.
you know when you're coming? How do you know when you're having an orgasm? Like, how do you know these things unless you like just had this bomb ass? partner.
So you don't know when you coming?
I do now,
Okay.
seriously, because like I said, like in my when I was younger, I was just more focused on my partner getting off. I wasn't focused on me. I didn't care. I was just like, oh, like it felt good during the time we were doing it. It felt good, but my partner got off, and I was happy. That made me happy. That made me content.
Yeah.
You always knew.
Um, no. Actually, no, because I felt I'm actually kind of like you. I remember my young days, I was more focused on obviously pleasing my partner instead of worrying about me.
Yeah,
So my concern was him.
yeah,
But yeah, as I got older, I was like, yeah, it's about me too, not just
yeah,
you.
yeah. And I think that's what it is. And ever since I hit that, like that light bulb went off in the top of my head, like, no, you deserve some good stuff too. I'm like, okay, how do I go about getting that? You know? Um, no, don't shift me a million times during sex. Maybe I just want to stay in this one position. Like, this is my favorite position. I like this position. I think if you stay in it a little bit longer than 5 minutes and shifting to another position, then maybe I'll come. Right?
That
Like,
is why I feel like when you're having sex, when you're having sex, you have to like communicate.
yes, it's okay to talk during sex. Like,
Yes.
it's
Like if
okay.
it feels
Like,
good that way that you're at, like tell them like do not move. Continue.
yeah, yeah. And again, like when I said to you guys before, like I'll be like, oh, right there. Don't move right there. And then he would come. And I'll be like, ah. Like, like, man, I just wanted you to stay there a little bit longer, but it's okay. So then once you realized that was like a good spot for me, I wouldn't stay right there, or maybe I'll stay right there
Yeah.
at that moment, and then he'll be like, okay, don't say it again. And then I knew not to say it again, but he already knew that that was a good spot, so he would continue. I think
Yeah.
it's important to communicate during sex, and it's okay to communicate
Yes.
during sex. Why wouldn't you?
Yes. Yes.
How does he know?
Spice it up a little. Spice it up a little. Be like, Daddy, do not move from there.
Yeah, he's harder. Or, or slow down, not so rough. Be gentle with me. Like, figure out what to say. But I think that we're not doing ourselves justice because it takes women longer to get off than men.
Yes.
Men get hard
That's true.
so quick. And it's like we as women, we have so much on our mind. We're like, oh my goodness, we gotta make dinner. I got 30 minutes to make dinner. The baby is asleep. The baby's gonna wake up anytime, any minute now. We gotta hurry up and get it in before the baby wakes up. Like, you got all this stuff going on in your head where guys are like, oh, sex, and they're hard, like immediately. So
Yes.
I think it's important. Okay, next question.
So for our next question, we kind of answer this question though, but I'm gonna still read it. If your partner doesn't please you sexually, would you still be with them?
Yeah, sex for me, sex is not everything.
Yes.
I think that sex is an extra. I feel like sex is important, but for me personally, I have a pituitary tumor that causes my sex drive to decrease. Like if I'm not on medication, if I'm not taking my medication, I don't have a sex drive. I don't even get wet. Like
Right.
no matter what you do, I won't get wet because my hormonal balance is off. Right? I'm off.
Yo, we really going in on this
I know.
subject. Like
I'm trying to be real because
yes.
I feel like a lot of women have hormonal issues that we don't discuss. When I start talking to women that's my age, they say they have a thyroid. Thyroid can cause your sex drive to decrease.
You know what caused my sex drive to decrease?
Hmm.
I just had a baby 9 months ago, and I was traumatized like throughout my whole like
Yeah,
delivery and everything that I'm really my sex drive just went boop
yeah,
down the drain. Like it was just like no.
yeah. And
So
I
it's
I
different things that might cause that.
Mhm.
So
And then not enough
yeah,
people, and a lot of people don't even know. Like I was speaking to someone recently and they were like, oh, I don't have a sex drive and stuff. And then I started throwing out things to them. Like, oh, maybe it's your prolactin. Maybe you need to go to the doctor. Maybe you need to get some blood work done. And they're like, you know what? You're right. Like, I need to do that because it's like, your partner might think, oh, you're not attracted to me, so you don't want to have sex, so you're not wet. But
right.
it's really a hormonal thing like that we need to tap into. When you start realizing something's off, go to the doctor, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
find out what's wrong, find out if there's something wrong, rule that out. If you can rule out that something's wrong, then you know that maybe it's you. But I was also listening to a doctor when the song WAP came out with Cardi B and Megan Thee
Yes.
Stallion. I was listening to a doctor and she says like you don't get wet just like really like you're supposed to use lubricant through sex like all the time. Like you're not, the lubricant is definitely supposed to help make the experience better. I don't always use lubricant. Do you?
I never use that. I always been. I don't know. I never. I mean, so far, I never needed it.
Yeah, there's like flavor
So
lubricant and stuff. There's like
I did. I
a
do
fish
know there's
flavor
flavors and
lubricant.
stuff.
Like you can have some fun with that, girl. You better try it.
No, I haven't tried.
But
I
I
mean, I
will say,
there's flavors of condoms and all of that.
yeah, but I will say, like lubricant, for me personally, I don't do well with lubricant because it doesn't, especially the flavor lubricant. I just don't feel like that's supposed to be down there.
I don't
Like
know. I'm
it's
scared to
supposed
put
to have
anything down
like
there. Like,
sections and stuff. Like you got to be careful with lubricant because although it might
yes.
help the sexual experience, like it's not always healthy for that stuff to go inside of us. Like I don't know.
No, I never used that, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, I can't believe you never use lubricant.
I never. I mean, I never had to, and I'm hoping I never have to. I'm good down there, so I don't have to right now. So we'll see. I don't know.
Oh,
But
yeah.
well, to answer that question, I also think that sex is important in a relationship, but it's not the only thing. You know, if you love the person, like I said before, you should be willing to work on your sex life, practice both of you guys. If you know more than him, or he knows more than you, be a teacher, you know. So just
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
sex
it's
is
not
not everything, but it does play a big part because I know a lot of people, as people that I know that have told me like, oh my God, he wasn't good in bed. So you know what I did? Yeah, I'm still, he's still my man, but I did stuff outside, the relationship. So like
And
I
I
said,
think
sex,
that, and I think that when you look at that, it's like, why? If that person is good to you and that person treats you so well and puts you on this, like treats you like a queen, you know, the best thing you can do is teach your partner. Because once you teach your partner and you kind of tell your partner like this is what I like, this is what
yes, like don't be ashamed, communicate.
I like,
Like
that's what you know.
if he or she's not doing something that is not pleasing you or you don't like it, just tell her, tell him.
And there's a way
If you guys love each other, like y'all should be able to understand each other and try to like work on it.
and there's a way to say it. Like if you're
Yes, don't.
if you're in the middle of having sex and you're like, let's say you're going down on your partner and you're not feeling anything, kind of like, oh, you guys are gonna kill me. I would say like move its head, kind of, or shift your body a little bit, like
I'll just
like
be
if
like,
you
yeah,
to
like,
get to the
you
spot
know,
that you want, and then once you get to that spot, like, oh,
right.
like right there, like, and then
Are you demonstrating? Were you just
I know
demonstrating?
you told me I was like, oh, right there. Gosh, oh my goodness, y'all. What am I doing? What is she got?
I did. Yeah. What are you doing? I did say this topic was gonna get a little freaky, but damn, Tasha, I didn't know all that.
I have no filter, so it's like, I want to try to be on my best behavior, but we're gonna have to put when we post this, we're gonna have to put explicit content so that none of my church folk listen to this because, oh Lord, I'm just being honest, and I think that we're not being honest enough. I think that if you're married, why should you have to like hide the hide the conversation of sex if you're in a relation? Like I just don't see it. I don't see why you should have to hide the relation, like your sex. I think that it always will help somebody because, you know, like I said, when I was younger, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I don't and it's nothing wrong with not knowing. It's again, it's like being a parent doesn't come with the manual. Being a wife, being a husband doesn't come with the manual. Having sex doesn't come with the
And
manual.
when it comes to sex, obviously when you're younger, you obviously started whatever having sex, and then as the time goes, you get more partners. Not even if you have a lot of partners, it could be like three partners your whole entire life. But I feel like every guy brings something different, and
Mm,
you learn something different,
mm,
because that has happened to me. I had one from the beginning. Maybe he wasn't good, or maybe he was good. But then as the time went and I had my other partner, I learned something different from him. And that made me like experience, stuff that I didn't experience with the first
I
one.
agree.
So it's just,
That's all I'm gonna
I
say.
guess, yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
You know, I agree.
Okay. Next question. Okay.
And I think that
So,
exploring is not bad. I think that exploring is definitely necessary because you don't know. You'll be surprised if you try some things. You'll be surprised that you like it. That's all I'm gonna say. Go to
okay. Thank you for that, Sasha.
next. You're welcome. Anytime.
So next question would be, can you have a friend with benefits, right?
Mm,
And not catch feelings for them.
I hate
Strictly friends.
I hate you.
Did you just say you hate me?
I hate you.
I'm gonna answer it too, so don't worry about it. I'll answer this first.
Okay, good.
Okay? I'll let you think.
Okay.
So, as for me, knowing myself, I catch feelings quick. And, and I feel like being intimate with someone, it's like a whole nother level. So, I don't think this is why I don't even have friends with benefits, because I save myself the headache of falling for a guy that maybe doesn't even want a relationship. So I'd be like, you know what? I'm not even gonna go through all that mess, because I'm just a person that I catch feelings fast. And I feel like if I'm gonna be intimate with you, like, I feel like at one point, maybe I might be strong in my head, be like, no, don't fall for him. Do not fall for him. You know what it is. You know, it's just friends. But as a woman, I feel like it's gonna be hard for me. It's just gonna be hard. What do you think? This is just me. I don't know. Some females, I don't know how some
So you've
females
never
can do
had a
it.
friend with benefits?
No,
Wow.
I didn't. I didn't, because in the beginning we might have said like, yeah, we're friends with benefits, and then after, after we just like, I guess it got into like, not a relationship, but it was more like it was exclusive. Exclusive
It's
meaning
like
it was
we're
just
just friends with
you.
benefits, but I'm not talking to anybody. You don't talk to anybody.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Because a friends with benefits, I think is a friend that, you obviously could talk to other people, right? I guess it depends on the
Mhm.
how you I guess how you agree with that person. I don't know.
Like
I
you
never had one, so I feel like I don't know. I don't know how to. Don't look at me like that. I don't it's just I don't know. It's hard.
oh well, well, well. So I'm a Sagittarius. Hi, fellow Sagittarius. I did have a friends with benefits in high school. And initially, it was the person was friends. We were just friends, and
Mhm.
um, it was cool. Like it was nice to have like a male friend that you can kind of get their perspective. Like you just felt cool with them. Like But then it did turn sexual. It did turn into friends with benefits. Because I
Yeah, but
go to
okay,
his
so
house,
at
I used
first
to
it
hang
started
out
as
with him.
friends.
Yeah, we first started off as friends. I would go to his house, I would hang out with him.
Oh, but I had that too, but I'm saying friends with
No,
benefits,
no,
like
no, no.
sexually.
And then it turned into that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, when it comes to like male friends in general, like I feel like there's some type of connection that you're going to have with that person, and because you're opposite sex, I think you're bound to be friends with benefits. So with that person, oh my goodness, we were friends, and we were friends. Like, I used to go hang out at his house. I would like lay in his bed with him, play the video games with him, like the whole bit. And then I started catching feelings. And then it did turn into something more than friends. And obviously at that point I did want more, because I'm like, oh, this is the perfect package. We're friends, we're intimate, you're great in bed.
Yeah.
Like, this is great. Like, let's keep this going. But he did not want to keep it going. Like, he wanted to stay friends with
So
them.
then I feel like for women it's more harder to like not catch feelings.
Yeah, and you know what was crazy? It was because we were friends. He felt like I will always be there when he needed that intimacy.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, so it was like, never wanted to move forward. Never. Why would you want to move forward? You have the best of both worlds. You're friends with me,
Right.
and then we're also doing do, and there's
But
no,
you guys wasn't like exclusive, like he
no.
would he would have other females.
I don't know. I'm sure he did.
Oh yeah, no.
I knew his mother. Like, like we were friends. Like, and it was crazy because, it really messed with my emotions, because again, like you're saying, I can't just be friends with benefits. Like, I do catch feelings, and I do want you to put me on that pedestal and claim me. I want you to claim me. I want you to say that, I'm yours. Like, if we're best friends and you can tell me everything, and then we're also like intimate, why do you need anybody else? You have
Right.
me.
Yeah.
That's the Sagittarius part of me that's a little possessive. But yeah, no, like, I don't think I could be friends with benefits. I definitely would need some. I need a title. I need you to acknowledge me, and I need you to let people know that you're off the market.
Yes. I feel you on that.
I just feel like, why, you want to have your cake and eat it too. But I will say, when I was younger, I was at a point where I didn't care. I liked him so much, and we were friends. Like, he was like my best friend as a guy. I was like, oh, I don't care.
Right.
I'll just accept what I'm getting, because I'd rather have this than nothing. That's Libra raw, y'all. That's Libra raw. Tomorrow when I wake up, I'll probably regret it, but regret what I said. That is the truth. I mean, again, we're talking about 15 years ago, so around 15 years. I don't think it was exactly 15, but we're talking about when I was a kid. I'm much older now, so now would I have a friends with benefits? No.
When I was younger,
Give me a title. And if you're not going to give me a title, that's fine. But just know that you're not talking to anybody. I'm not talking to anybody. The moment that you reveal that you're talking to somebody else, we're done.
now older, I try having a friend with benefits, but then I'm like, you know what? I don't even want that mess. I don't. I feel like it's just nowadays guys just they have too much baggage.
Well,
I feel like
as you get older, guys are going to have more baggage, and that's what I'm
yeah, like
like. I'm separated from my husband, so I feel like the dating scene is so scary to me. And I feel like, look, when I look at it, and I'm like, why is it so scary? It's like, well, because as the older you get, any guy that you meet in their 30s, they're most likely going to have a kid.
yeah.
They're
And
most
some guys not just
likely
that. Some guys just like to get what they want, they will lie to you.
yeah.
They will lie, like tell you, yeah, I don't have a girlfriend. I'm not talking to no one. And then okay, you do whatever y'all do, and boom,
And you
somebody
tell them
DMs you,
turn up,
somebody texts you, or whatever the case may be, and be like, yo, you dealing with my man, and you're like, wait, what?
and you tell them up front, like, Look,
Yes. So
honest.
I'm not beef for all of that. I feel
Like,
at
tell
my age, I
somebody
don't.
honest. Let me know what's going on. If you
Yes.
girl, let me make that decision. I might not care that you have a girl, or I might care that you have a girl, but let
No,
me
I don't.
know.
I don't deal with men who have girls.
I'm just
So,
saying, like, like
but yeah,
listen to them so they could be honest and that you can start the relationship off of being honest, but they still lie. And that's like, I don't get
yeah, they still like because they wanna,
their cake and eat it too.
yes,
Next question.
crazy. Next question. So are you willing to try different things if your partner asks you to spice up your sex life?
Oh, girl. Absolutely. I'm a Sagittarius. And y'all know how Sagittarians are. I'm one that I go with the flow. Whatever you want to do, I'm for it. If you don't want to have sex, I'm cool. I'm like,
Even a threesome?
I would.
Yeah,
I would. I would.
I never knew this about you.
I know. Because we're best friends. We don't talk about the best and that much. I'm not sleeping with you.
No, I'm not either.
But like if a guy came to me and said, "Oh, that's your best friend. Let's do a threesome." No,
Oh hell no. Sorry. No,
no.
I don't. I wouldn't do no
But
threesome.
because I feel like if I'm gonna do a threesome, I need to know that we don't know the person. I don't know the person. You don't know the person. We're gonna do a STD test to make sure that that person don't have any type of diseases. Um, the person does not live in the same town that we're in. Like it's gonna be some guidelines. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm not for it. I'm very spontaneous, so I can be for it. But I'm a very jealous Sagittarius. I think all just Sagittarius are jealous. They're kind of crazy. But I think on one hand, I'm like, I'm down for it. On the other hand, I'm like, I'm jealous. I'm too jealous. Like if the person is
Honestly, being your friend, I don't think you would even be able to because yes, like you said, you're very jealous, and I feel like you will be competing with this
I
girl.
would, and I would be given the evil eye at my
And
man.
then you would probably tell him like, "No, you're not doing that to her, okay? You
Yeah,
could do it to me, but not to her."
yeah. Don't put your mouth there. Don't you dare.
So you would mess up the whole
I
thing.
will mess up the vibe.
So I suggest, yeah, no, no, sorry,
And
you
anybody
can't
that's
just.
with me better know that. Because I'm gonna. If you ask me, you say you want to do threesome, yeah, baby. Come on, let's do it. That's just a test. You know,
I don't do
bring
none
the
of
woman
that.
to me, and then we're gonna really have a different conversation. But I'm down for everything, but there's consequences, obviously, right? Like, all right, I'm down for a threesome, but you made your bed, now you're gonna lie in it, right? Because now you need to expect that I'm just gonna be like on you. Like during the time of the threesome, I'm gonna be watching you like a hawk, right? You need to be enjoying me more than you're enjoying that other person. Like that's just how it is. So maybe we shouldn't just do a threesome. It'll just make the guy say, you know what, we're not gonna do that. We're just not gonna do that
I mean, there's other things,
to do
that
it.
you guys can do to spice it up.
Yeah,
So
I'm for it. I'm really open if you're a good teacher because again, like the bedroom is about a teaching experience. If I've never done it
right.
before, but you can make me feel comfortable and relaxed while we're doing it. Like if you don't know what you're doing and it's painful, let it go. But if you know what you're doing and I'm relaxed and I'm calm and I'm cool, like I'm for it. What about you?
No,
You're
no.
not. So if somebody came to you and said, "Give me 1 hour to do whatever I want to do to you," you're gonna say no.
Oh, I thought we were still on the topic of threesome. No, I would not do that. As to spice it up, yes, I'm all for it.
1 hour,
But it depends.
I'm gonna tie you to the bed. You can't move, use your hand. I have 1 hour to do whatever I want to you. You're a Taurus and you're very stubborn,
I
so
am a Taurus.
I don't know if that would happen for you.
I don't know neither. That's why I'm just thinking, like, I don't know.
Yeah, you can't think.
You
You
know,
gotta
it
be on
might,
top of
you
your
know what's the
toes.
thing? When I'm like, I like to be in control. I like to be in control, and
So you
some
like,
guys like that, some guys don't. But I just personally, I like to be in control.
I like to be
So
submissive. I like to be submissive in the bedroom. I like, if you tell me what to do, I'm gonna do it.
I usually tell them like, okay, do this.
Oh God. It's so opposite, guys. That's why we're friends for so long. Like, you can tell me something completely different than what I do. And it's,
Yeah.
let me paint it this way. You guys already heard me. 2 episodes have passed, right? I'm like loud, I'm aggressive, I'm obnoxious. So you would think that I will be the controlling one in the bedroom. But Angela's like,
I
calm,
am the quiet one, the one that is
quiet, she
shy,
looks innocent, but she's
but
the aggressor in the bedroom.
yes, I could.
That speaks
Yeah.
volumes on our relationship,
You
right?
know what they say with the quiet ones, the innocent ones?
Yeah,
So we're gonna leave it at that,
yeah,
okay?
yeah. That's good to know. Like, I never knew that. We've never had this conversation before because sex is
No,
like,
not this deep. It wasn't this deep. We did have conversations, but it wasn't as deep as tonight.
yeah.
I've learned some things from you that I didn't even know. I am in shock.
Me too. Me too. Good that we got this out in the air.
Yes.
Do you have any more questions or that was it?
This is it for my questions. If you have
Oh,
any,
awesome. Like, because I think we're at time anyway. So it's really good. I think we had a really good conversation.
we did.
I think
It
that
was fun.
our podcast, the motive of our podcast is, of course, is to, allow you to feel like you're not the only one that's going through these things. I think when it comes to sex, it's a very uncomfortable conversation.
Yes.
I think that a lot of times,
Yes. When you told me about this, I was like, Tasha, for real? No.
I think people are scared to discuss it, and it's okay to not know how to communicate with your partner about sex, but we're
Right.
letting you know that it's a process. When we were younger, we both could agree that we didn't communicate with our partners as to what we wanted. We just allowed them to get off, and we were fine and we were happy. But no, like, it's
Yeah.
important for you to explore your body, know what you like, know what you don't
Yes.
like, and speak up about it. I mean, sex is supposed to be fun. It's two people having sex. Those two people should have the both of the same enjoyment, right?
Yes.
One person shouldn't be enjoying it more than the other, and it all involves communication.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you guys got some insight from this podcast. Again, we love to hear your feedback. And I
Yes.
enjoyed this
Let
topic.
us know what you guys thought about this episode.
I really enjoyed this topic. Angela, you did such a great job with the questions. I was so unprepared. I had no questions for you today, but I appreciate you for, those were good questions. They definitely were conversation starters. So,
Yes.
guys, we thank you for tuning in. If you have any other topic suggestions, comment, if you have any comments
Yes.
on the
Comment.
topic, comment. But
Yes.
yeah. So now I feel like,
Oh, this is it for our episode, our third episode.
yeah,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
So we're so
Yes. We
excited.
got through it. We got through it.
Yes, it wasn't silence. It wasn't crickets. Like, sex is an interesting topic, and I'm glad we were able to talk about it.
It is
So,
interesting. And
guys,
sometimes, we shy to talk about it, but hey, it's normal. I mean,
life.
it's a
It's,
normal thing.
yeah, life, and use protection, guys, when you're having sex. Know
Yes,
your
please.
partner. Know your partner. It's very important. But other than that, have fun, be safe, and enjoy it. Until
Yeah.
next time. Bye.
Bye.